This
We were
conference
talking,
will now be recorded.
we were talking about joins before we end the session. Do you remember we have studied inner join?
It will be good if today we start with inner join itself, and then we compare the three inner outer joins, and then we and self kind of
Hmm.
joins.
So we are going
And
to
we
talk. The first topic of our discussion today will be joins.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
So if you remember the discussion that we had talked about normalization, we said that number of tables become more as the result of every normalization. So what we do is we basically use the technique called as join to fetch data from multiple tables, right? So I am going to now put forth the syntax of join. Before that, there is a command to create a copy of the table. Okay. For example, there is a huge table and the same table I want as a duplicate table. Okay. So it's like in the production environment, I want to work on that table, and for testing type of for testing purpose, I want another table, means the same copy of the table. But I don't want to actually work on runtime tables which are going under transactions. So what I can do is I can create a copy of that table. So when I to create a copy of the table, I will not start from create table command from scratch. Okay, I'll just say select star into what is this EMP copy? This is new name from old name. Okay, so this is my new table and it is taking the structure of EMP table, plus it will also give me rows of EMP table. Fine. So when I do that, if you can see here, see the table it has already created now, EMP copy table has come. Similarly, I want to create a copy of department table. So I don't want to make changes to the EMP DPT table. So I'll say select star into DPT copy from EMP. So from DPT. So I'll execute this command. Fine. So what does it show? It gives you feedback. 4 rows affected. If you can see it here. Okay. So what it has done is it has actually created another table called as DPT copy with same structure and same number of rows as that of department table. Okay. So I'll refresh this database and we may see another table here. Go to tables, refresh, and then there will be DPT copy table here. See, DPT copy has come, right? So now we will be working on EMP copy and DPT copy. Fine. Now
But is there any logic? Is there any need we have to use copy only?
I'll be inserting and deleting and updating few rows,
Okay, okay.
and that is why I don't want EMP and DPT tables to get disturbed. So I'm
Mm-hmm,
working on the copy of the tables.
mm-hmm.
Fine. So now let us start with inner join. Hmm? What I
Mm-hmm.
want is I want one column from employee table and one column from department table to be displayed as one report. Fine. So I want to display ename which is coming from employee table. Then I want to display dname which is coming from departments table. right? So now I'll say from EMP copy. Now I need to join this with departments table. So I have to specify the type of join that I'm using. So which type of join right now we are using?
Should start from inner.
Yes, definitely. Because we want to check against the equality, right? So I'll be saying inner join, which table? DPT copy table, right? So inner join DPT copy table. Now, when I'm joining these two tables, then I must specify the joining condition, right? That is the foreign key to primary key. That is what we join, isn't it? Or that is what we
Mm-hmm.
compare. That is,
Mm-hmm.
which is the foreign key in employee table, department number, and which is the primary key of department table, DPTNO.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever there is a match between foreign key and primary key, that record will be fetched.
Mm-hmm.
So how will we find this match? By checking a condition. Against equality, we are going to check it, right? So we have to give a joining condition here. And how do you specify it? We specify it by using on clause. On,
Mm-hmm.
and then we specify the joining condition. So what is our joining condition? Employee table. That is employee copies department number must be same as department's department number, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, so what it has given me? It has given me name of employee, and in front of it, it is giving me name of department, which is coming from department's table.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So right now this query is working fine. But I also want to print department number along with department name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use department number here, right? So ename, department number and tname. This is what will be printed. When I execute this query, I get error. What do I get? What does it say? Column ambiguous. Ambiguous means what? See, if you remember, I have told you last time that it is not necessary that the column names of primary key and foreign key must be same. Their
Mm-hmm.
names can be different, but their data types has to be same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Coincidentally, in this case, department number, that is DPTNO, is
Mm-hmm.
same in both the tables. So it gets confused as to, you know, uh, which column to be, what I can say, chosen from the list, either employees department number or department's department number. That is the confusion. So I have to explicitly mention, if at all there is a common column, then I have to mention the table name. Okay. So I may say EMP copy dot department number. Now it will work.
Can you explain? Uh, I mean, I know joins. I'm scared of joins. Uh, I mean, in fact, if you remember from the beginning, so I understood in parts, but if you explain, uh, so there were when the column names are same, then we talk about table, and we don't even write the the on thing on em copy dot department number is equal to department copy dot department number.
No, that's you are talking about something else. You are talking about natural join. Okay. I'm talking about inner join first of all.
So what did we do here? In particularly on, when you say on, we say it is a join on this column and this em copy the department number. Department number. Okay, so the name of the column was same in both the tables,
Yes.
but from which table that column is coming, we have to mention it. That's what you said.
Yes. Yes.
So emp
So
copy dot department number is equal to department copy dot department number. My question is, if this sequence was different, department copy dot department number पहले आ जाता, तो would it have been same? Emp copy, only the emp copy dot department number. It's same.
yeah, right now it does not make any difference.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately,
Energy.
what we are comparing a table. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, to make your concepts clear, I'm going to create two tables here. It's like I'm drawing on the board. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have got EMP table. Okay. So ENO, then ENAME. Okay. Then SAL, etc., etc., etc. And this is what? Suppose one, two. These are some department. Sorry, these are some employee numbers. Okay. Fine. So
Mm-hmm.
suppose this is my employee table. Now here is my department table, which has got department number, which is the primary key, and location. Okay. And then there is D name. This is accounts. This is marketing. This is HR, and this is some R&D. Okay. This is in Mumbai. This is in Delhi. This is in Chennai, and this is somewhere in Pune. So, fine. So this is my department table. Okay. So now what I was telling you is, when I'm talking about inner join, what it does is, suppose let us consider the record of 3. Okay. I want to display ename 3 along with the department name in which it is working. What it does is, it takes the foreign key, that is, it takes the department number, and it finds the match of this value to the given values. So it will just check, is it matching? No. Is it matching here? No. And then is it matching here? Yes. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
there is a match, in this case, it will extract the department number.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is what the inner join is. So ultimately it is checking for equality.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in this way, it will take a match and find it for all the records. But in this case, now I'm going to make some changes to the table. Okay. Don't bother about the syntax right now. We are going to uh, talk about DML statements later on. Okay. Now I want you to have a look at this record. Select star from EMP copy. Okay. Now EMP copy, it has got some record. The last record, that is record 15. Okay. Sorry. Fine. Now we will see the result of this. The result of this is the name of the person ABC, which we added a new record. Do you see ABC in this output? There are only 14 records, whereas in my original table there are 15 records, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There is no ABC here. So why is it not there? Also, you will see there is no department 40 here. There is only 10, 20, and 30.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not coming? Is because of this reason. See, consider, is this visible to you? Is the screen visible? Excel screen visible to you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. Now consider the record of 6. Now, what is the problem? He has recently joined the company. So obviously, on the first day itself, nobody, starts working. It is not yet allocated to any project. Okay. So what happens here is the department number. I want you to focus on this. The department number for employee 6 right now is what? Null. Okay. Also, I want you to focus on the like record 40, which does not have any employee in it as of now,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? That means there is one employee who does not have any department, and there is one department, that is department 40, which is not present in the employee table,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when I create a report, it shows me only matching records. So how it will be? The final report, inner join will be A, B, A is working in accounts, that is 10. B is working in marketing. C is working in 30. That is what? HR. D is working in 10 again. And E is working in 30. That is HR. Isn't it? So this will be my overall report of inner join. It has only matching records from both the tables. So it will not have record of 6. Also, it will not have record of 40. Did you get my point?
I'm not very confident, but probably I will have to listen to this thing again, and then if I'll have question, I'll ask you.
Inner join gives you the records, only those records which have corresponding match in the other table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so records from 1 to 5, they have corresponding match in the department table. But record of 6, does not have any employee, a null department number, isn't it? So
Hmm.
when I'm saying null department number, how can it match it with any of the departments? So the record of 6 will not be displayed. Also, record of department 40 will be not displayed because it does not have corresponding match in the employee table.
So that means after inner join, the output misses some data.
Exactly. Only those records which have corresponding match in the other table will be displayed.
Hmm.
That is what the inner join. We check against equality. It is also called as equijoin.
Oh, equijoin. Okay.
And that is what the output says. It does not have the record of F, or it also does not have the record of 40. So these two records will not be there. Fine?
Hmm.
Because they do not have any matching record in the other table, that is this values. So this both will not be there. This is called as equijoin, or it is also called as inner join. If you want, I can just mention it here. Equijoin. Okay.
Hmm.
Now let us go to the outer join. In outer join, there is something called as left outer, right outer, and full outer. Okay. Now
Hmm.
let us understand what is this left, right, and full outer. First, we will start with left outer join. Now I'll come back to the Excel sheet. Now this output I want as it is. That means I want, what is this? These are names of employees and these are names of their respective departments, right? So
Hmm.
this output I want same. I want employee names along with department names. But
Hmm.
along with this, I also want the employees who do not belong to any department. That means which record I'm talking about right now?
Discuss department. There's no department name for them. Department number is the employee name, employee number. Sixth.
Exactly. That means I want all employees and their department names, irrespective of whether they have departments or not, isn't it?
Hmm.
See, in this case, what we displayed? We displayed employee names with department department names, right? Now here, what I want is I want all employees with department names irrespective. I'm just typing, don't bother about the spelling, irrespective of their departments. Okay, so I want all the employees. I want all employees. So now, how the output should be? There should be employee F with null department in front of him, right?
Hmm.
So this is called as what? This entire thing is called as left outer join.
Why
Okay,
left?
left outer join.
So why left?
Because we are getting data from all the data from the left side of the join.
And what is the syntax there? What is the difference in the
Yeah,
syntax?
yes, syntax we will check, but have you understood the concept? That means the inner join output remains as it is,
Hmm.
and we get additional record of left hand side with null uh, respective value from the right hand side.
Hmm. Which is actually so nothing gets hidden. The
From the
whole
left
thing,
hand.
but even the right thing was null and is still null. So
Yes,
it is
but
actually right is okay.
here you will not get the record of 40.
Yeah, we are not going to get the record. This is inner. Yeah, in inner, we will not get the record of 40, right? So the
This
whole
is,
row is going to be absent.
see, when I'm talking about, right now I'm talking about left outer join.
Mm-hmm.
In left outer join, I am going to get all the output of inner join, plus in addition to that, I am also going to get employee who does not belong to any department.
Mm-hmm.
In short, I am getting all the rows from the left hand side, that is the employee table,
Mm-hmm.
irrespective of whether they have a match in the other table or not.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. But here we are not going to get the record of 40. Here we are going to get a record of employee 6.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So now how will we write the outer join, left outer join? Now in this case, the entire story remains the same. The only change you have to make is in this place. Actually, outer is optional keyword. If I write left, it understands it. But we better write it. Fine. We'll have to cross check whether our query is running correctly or not. Okay. Now I want you to focus on this line. See, this is the record which is coming because of the left outer join, isn't it? There
Mm-hmm.
is employee ABC who does not belong to any department. So the department is null in this case. Okay. So all the records from employee table, their respective departments, plus the record from employee table who do not have this value.
Mm-hmm.
This is the output of left outer join. Okay. Now let us talk about right outer join. Now in right outer join, what is going to happen? I'm going to get all the records from right hand side of the join. Matching records plus extra records who do not have match in the other table. So now tell me, record of F, will it be there in right outer join?
Right outer join record of F. Uh, since null is there.
Will this record be there in right outer join?
No,
Yes, this record will
because
not be there.
it will read null as not having anything.
When I'm saying right outer join, that means now this time it will show me a record of R&D who does not have any employee in it. That is, we are talking about this record right now.
R&D having employee name.
No, there is no employee. If you can see, there is no department 40 in the employee table,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it? So there will be no employee for that department.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
This is called as right outer join. So if you can see, the output of inner join remains as it is. Plus there is some extra records from either side of the tables.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now, when will I go for right outer join? When I want all department names and respective um, and employee names along with department names having no employee in it.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I will choose right outer join. So as your requirement changes, your join also changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how will I use right outer join? Instead of left outer, I'll just have to say as right outer join. Right outer join. Okay. Execute. Now the result will be something different. See. Do you see record of ABC here? No. There is no record of employee ABC. But what
Mm-hmm.
do you see? You see here record of operations. See, record of operations without any employees in it. What is this
Mm-hmm.
operation? Operations is nothing but department 40.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are no employees in that department right now. So this is what uh, right outer join is all about. Okay, now
Mm-hmm.
we are going to talk about full outer join. So full outer join means what? I want I want the output of this inner join, that is employees and their department names. Along with that, I also want employees, that is record of 6 without departments, and I also want to view departments without employees. That means all the data from both the tables. So what will be the final output of full outer join? There will be a record present for 6 with null department, and there will be a department of R&D with null employee. Fine. So this becomes the inner join, plus I get extra records from both the tables which do not have respective match in the other table.
Mm-hmm.
This becomes full outer join. So in short, left outer join plus right outer join becomes full outer join,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say full outer join. So now let us check the output. We should always check the output. See, you have got ABC with null department and you have got operations with null employees. Okay, this is called as full outer join. Any doubt?
No.
Great. So what we have studied so far is we have studied inner join and outer join. So full outer join will be what? I want all matching records, that is of e-name and respective d-names plus non-matching records, right, from EMP and DPT. So for that I will use full outer join, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we are going to talk about something called as self join. Before going there, I am going to tell you about aliases. Okay, if you remember, we have used aliases for the table. We use aliases for columns, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, we can also use aliases for tables in case of joins. Now, why
Okay.
are these aliases used? Basically, it is so that most of the times the table names are big. Okay. Right now we have EMP and DPT, that is for practice data, which is fine. But in real life, it's like, um, let's say, uh, rural underscore postpaid, urban underscore postpaid is my column, is my table name. Okay. And in that table, there is a column called as, let's say, Maharashtra, then Goa, like that. Fine. So these are states. So what happens is rural underscore urban dot Maharashtra, uh, rural underscore postpaid dot Maharashtra, urban underscore postpaid dot Maharashtra. So all in all, every time this becomes a very lengthy query to write. So what we can do is we can shorten the table names by giving aliases to them and then refer to them. So how we can do is after we write a table name, we give a space and then we give a short alias name, that is E.
Mhm.
Similarly, for DPT copy, I'll say D. Okay, and then I'll say E dot DPTNO, D dot DPTNO. That's how it goes. So we use aliases for the columns, table names. Of course, now if I execute this query, the output is not going to change. It's going to remain same.
Mhm.
Okay. But it's a convenience to write. The query becomes more compact.
Mhm.
So we use aliases to the tables and use them in the query. Like E and D are the aliases used for table names here. Okay, fine. Now we are going to talk about something called as self join. Okay, so let us talk about self join. There is one column in my table, and that column is manager column. Okay. What is this manager column? Is the employee is reporting to somebody. Fine. So suppose this employee 1, he is reporting to 2. 2 is reporting to 3. 3 is reporting to, let's say, 1. 1, 4 is reporting to, uh, let's say, 2. 5 is reporting to 4. And 6 is reporting to 3. Something of this sort. Okay. Now, if at all I have to generate a report which says find out who is reporting to whom. Okay, so what will I write? Do you get my question?
Who is reporting to whom? So it will be a similar situation where the last one is going to show up differently in all three cases.
No, but my output will be what?
Your output will be, so there is e number, e name, manager, and department number. And which is the
No,
other one? The other table? This one, LMNO
there is
or
no
M.
other thing.
No, so you, what? Okay, these two you want to join, employee and department.
No, my requirement is my requirement is I want to display employees and their respective managers. So how will I go about it?
Employees and their respective managers. So you've got employee number, name, and managers. Number, name is in the other table also. So Department number. They have the department number. They have the D name.
No, yeah, I'm not concerned about departments. I want employees and their managers.
Mm-hmm. And we just want to concentrate on one table, which is like employee table.
Yeah, because the data is not present anywhere else.
Yes. So since I was thinking that we are doing joins, do we actually need to use the joins concept in this table?
Yes. See, this thing
Self
is
join. Okay, self join.
we need to join the table to itself.
Yes.
Basically, this is the primary key and this is the foreign key to the same thing. See, how I want the output is, I want the output as ename and mgr name. Did you get my point?
Mm-hmm.
That means I want name of the employee and I want the name of the manager to whom he is reporting to.
Mm-hmm.
So it will not be great if I write here one. If I generated this report, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, one is reporting to this thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
This is my managers. Okay, these are the managers,
Mm-hmm.
and I can do this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I can simply say select ENO, comma manager from employee, right? It is going to give me the correct output.
Mm-hmm.
I can say select EMP. I can say select EMPNO, comma MGR from EMP. So what it is going to give me is this, that is 749 is reporting to 7698. So technically speaking, this output is correct, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot present this output. Nobody knows who is 74999 and who is 67 or whatever, right? So what
Mm-hmm.
I want is I want names of employees and names of their managers.
Mm-hmm.
So now, should I create, let's go back here. Is there any different table called as manager? No, isn't it?
No. No. Yeah.
Manager ID is in turn nothing but this manager is also some kind of employee, isn't it?
Yes.
So should I create one more table called as managers? The name of the table will be managers and which will have manager number and his name. Manager number and his name. So should I create one more table like this? If I create another table called as manager and join it with employee table, is it correct?
I mean, yeah, that would be correct. Yes.
No, it will not be correct because if I create one more table called as manager, I will be in short creating another employee table,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
isn't it? So
Yeah.
these are nothing but employees, isn't it? So it is nothing but redundancy that I am introducing.
No.
So
So I was thinking from the perspective that if we have to get a report and we are doing this table uh, temporarily to create reports.
no,
By the
we
way,
cannot
one
do that.
one related question. In real time, I mean, while we handle such situations, can we actually create such transient and temporary tables?
There is something called as temporary tables. We are going to talk about it later on.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But here physically creating another table called as managers is not possible, because we are just making a copy of employee table in that case, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this is redundancy, which is not appreciable by RDBMS concepts, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this, what we need to do is we need to join the table to itself. There is something called as unary relationship, if you know. So whenever there is a unary relationship, that means you must have gone through the concept of ERD, entity
Right.
relationship
Right.
diagram. Okay. So there are different types of cardinality. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So and whenever there is a relationship types, there is
Mm-hmm.
something called as binary relationships, ternary
Mm-hmm.
relationship,
Right.
n-ary relationships, right? So when
Right.
I'm saying binary, that means there are two entities participating in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes there is something called as n-ary relation, one unary relationship. Unary means what? There is only one entity participating in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, if at all there is, most of the times, whenever there is a unary relationship, a self join takes place. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So here in this case of join, there is no another table. The table is joined to itself.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager column, it becomes a foreign key to the same table of primary key.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. So now my output should be different. I don't want this output. What I
Mm-hmm.
want is, I want A. Now tell me, how will I find out the name of the manager to whom A is reporting to?
Name of the manager to whom is remote reporting.
So see, let us go step by step. I'll go to first record 1 and get the name of that person, which is what? Which is A, right?
Mm-hmm.
After getting the name of the person, then what will I do?
Name of the person should be matched to e-name, manager name.
Yes, you
There
are
should
on
be a
right.
common. There should be a common thing for which is
Once I,
actually employee
once I get the name of the person, I'll go to the manager of that
manager.
person,
Okay.
right? After that,
Mhm.
what will I do?
After that, we can.
How will I get the name of this person? To
There is a e-name associated with it, and every time that
how will I
e-name
find out who is to?
manager is actually an e-name
Right.
with a. Does that? I mean, is that the right
What
thing
is
to
the
think of?
name of to?
Yeah, I mean that I'm confused that if it's the A is the name of the two or it, two uh,
A,
is the
A is
manager.
employee. A
Yeah, A
is
is
employee.
employee. Yeah,
He is reporting to 2. And we want to find out what is the name of 2.
manager name.
So
Hmm.
where is name of 2?
Manager name. Manager is also an employee, so the name of this. Okay, D. So the answer should be D. No,
No.
no, 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 not D. So
It should be B.
manager name is B.
See,
Yes,
how it
yes,
is done?
yes. Because employee number is two.
2. So
B.
2 is
Okay.
nothing but B,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
See, why I'm telling you this is the way we think, the way we write. It's the same condition we are going to apply. So
Mhm.
how are we thinking here is, see, first of all, we get what? We go to the record one, then we are going to get the manager, that is, sorry, we get the employee A, and then we write employee A here, right?
Mhm.
After that, what we get is we get the manager of that employee, that is manager 2.
Mhm.
Now, once we get manager 2, we find that manager is nothing but some kind of employee, isn't it?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, what we do is we find the manager in the employee number list.
Mhm.
Whenever there is a match, Whenever there is a match, what we extract is we extract the name of that person.
Mhm.
Getting my point now?
Yeah.
So, for example, if we go to B, who is the manager of B? 3 is the manager of B. So, how it will check it? I'll, I'll just start from how it will check it. Let us say B. So I have written B here. That is the name. Employee is B. And who is the manager of B? 3. 3 is the manager of B, right? So
Mhm.
it is nothing but inner join. We are checking against equality,
Right.
right? So it's a concept. Self join is a concept. We are not going to write something called as self space joins. It's not a syntax. Ultimately, it's inner join, isn't it? We are checking against equality. So
Mhm.
for B, manager is 3. So let us look for 3. Is it 3? No. Is it 3? No. Is it 3? Yes. Right. So
Mhm.
whenever we get 3, what we get is we get the name of that person. So B is reporting to C.
Mhm.
Getting the point now? So this way, A will be reporting to B, B will be reporting to C, C will be reporting to A, D will be reporting to B, E will be reporting to D, and F will be reporting to C. Getting my point now?
Yeah.
So this is the concept of self-join. So these are the managers and these are their respective, these are employees and these are respective managers. Fine. So what is most important in this entire self-join is the condition that you specify, right? So
Mhm.
now we are going to write self-join. We will start from scratch. So what I want to display? I want to display names of employees, isn't it? So what I'll write first? I'll write ename, right?
Mhm.
And then after ename, what I want to display? I want to display names of their managers. But there is no another thing. So I'll have again have to display
Mhm.
ename comma ename. So the first ename is what? Employee name. And the second ename is what? Manager name. Isn't it?
Mhm.
Now from which table? From EMP copy. And then I'm going to join. Join with what? There is no other table for joining, isn't it? So I need to join it with itself. But then there will be ambiguity. It will not understand. isn't it? There are same names, same table name, same column name. So it will get confused as to display what data. So we are going to join the same table to itself, but with different aliases. Okay. So the alias names are going to be different. So the first I'll say from employee copy E, and the second table I'm going to say join with employee copy M. E is for employees and M is for managers. Okay. Now these column names, I want to display what? This ename I am referring from E dot ename, and this ename I am referring from M dot ename.
E and M are tables.
They are aliases.
Okay. But
EMP copy E
but
and EMP copy
aliases are tables.
no. They are names. How do we use aliases to the columns?
So
How do we use?
so we if we assign alias, so that becomes uh,
That is how you refer to that table name.
name. Okay, that's just a name in the memory. That's like a column name, and that's like a table name, and it's not a physical table. It's just that
No.
there is a new reference given to that particular item. Okay.
For example, instead of displaying e dot ename, I will give a column alias here, give a space and give aliases here as employees underscore name. And here I'll give another alias as mgr underscore name. So
So
that we will understand e dot ename means what and m dot ename means what. So
means what?
this will come as column headings.
This will come as column heading. So syntactically, after select e dot ename, if we write anything that becomes uh,
Column alias.
column alias. Okay.
And what are these? These are
If
table
table
alias.
table alias. Okay.
Okay. Now the most important part begins. That is this one. How we want employers managers should be same as managers employees, isn't it?
Hmm.
So employees, employers, that is we are talking about this. We are talking about this. Okay. So employers, that is why E. Employers managers, that is manager column, should be same as manager's employee ID, right? So we will say m dot empn, execute, done,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So Smith is reporting to Ford. Now we will cross check it immediately whether it is correct or not. We will say sorry, select star from emp copy. Okay. So what was our output? Our output was Smith was reporting to Ford. Now let us check the record of Smith. Smith is reporting to 7902. And what is 7902? See, 7902 is nothing but Ford, right? That means our query is working properly.
Hmm.
So this condition is important.
Mhm.
E dot manager is equal to M dot employee number.
Mhm.
So means what? Employees manager is same as manager's employee number. E dot manager should be same as M dot employee number.
Mhm.
Right. So this is what a self join is all about.
Okay.
Okay. Now, sorry, just a minute. Now, suppose um, I want to filter the data. Fine. Let's take a very normal join, simple join. I'm saying select ename, dname from emp inner join dpt or emp dot what was that dptno equal to dpt dot dptno. This is my regular inner join. Okay,
Mhm.
so it is giving me names of employees and names of their departments. Fine.
Mhm.
Now I can write a filtration for it. For example, I'll say where sal is greater than 2000. Fine. So on and where they serve two different purposes actually. What is the
Mhm.
purpose of on? The purpose of on is to join two tables and collect the data. Whereas the purpose of where is to filter the data.
Mhm.
Okay. Now I could have simply skipped this. I could have also done like this. And still it will give me same output.
Mhm.
So joining and filtering. So I'm telling to join and show only these records. But
Mhm.
it is advisable not to do that. Let
Mhm.
where do its part individually and let join do its part individually. Don't try to combine or club everything into the same.
Mhm.
Okay. So ideally you should keep the condition part for where and join part for on.
Mhm.
Right. So this is what I wanted to tell you. Now this is equijoin. Okay. There is something called as non-equijoin. Now what is non-equijoin? Non-equijoin is something which is using other than equality operator.
Mhm.
Just let me check whether I have a table here. Grades is the name of the table. Means if I am using any other operator than equal to, then it becomes a non-equijoin, like between operator, greater than operator, etc. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, suppose I have one more table here. So how will I go about it? Suppose I need to join one more table. Then I say inner join locations. Consider that this table is there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say inner join location on departments location ID, departments location ID equal to location dot location ID. And here I will also have location name. So how many tables I am joining here?
On join department location 2. Employee also, you are selecting some stuff from employee on to the two columns, inner join location department from employee on this one and this one. Department number, location dot location. In a way, is it only one?
There are three tables involved here.
Mm-hmm.
I want to display employee names, their department names, and names of locations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how many tables are there? There is employee table, there is department table, and there is locations table.
Mm-hmm.
So I am getting one report which is having data from three different tables.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm doing that, if there are three tables, that means how many joins are there? There are two joins. Do you
Right.
remember I have told you n minus 1 joins?
Mm-hmm.
If there are n tables, minus 1 joins. So
Yep.
there are three tables. So there are how many joins? Two joins.
Mm-hmm.
That is, one is between employee and department, and the other
Mm-hmm.
one is between department and locations.
Mm-hmm.
So join on, join on, join on. That is how it goes. Okay. So these are that is what the joining multiple table join is all about.
Mm-hmm.
What we talked about was multi-table join.
But joins are normally multi-table only because
Obviously, yes,
we
there
use
will
more
be
than one table.
no two table. That will be very less. There will be seven, eight, nine joins, multi-tables. So
So,
number of tables minus one join. That is the ratio.
okay.
N minus x. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that was about multi-table. Yes, we have to complete one more join that is called as cross join.
Hmm. And just
I,
to bring in this little bit of concern from my side as well as your side, that we would need to keep our sessions, SQL sessions, 1 hour 30 minutes. And what I'm planning is to uh, like this week I suggested one extra slot of complete 1.5 hour. So so that rather than these 30 minutes stretching 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes each time, we give straight 1 hour 30 minutes on an extra day, which uh, which I will pass on in advance. And if they fit into your schedule, then uh, then we can agree upon that extra slot for next uh, say a month and a half or so. So like by 15th, August 15th or so, even I wish to finish.
actually, I have trainings going on till 16th of 16, not 16, 17th of July as of now.
So,
So when it is training, I have to start from my house at 8 o'clock in
mhm,
the morning.
mhm.
So in that case, it will be very difficult for me to, first take the session and then because I need to get ready to go to office.
On Saturdays also, Fridays and
Yes,
Saturdays. Okay.
it's Sunday off.
So
So
so I
I
mhm.
manage for Saturday when I have training or
I
something, I conduct late or something like that.
I even, yeah. So that is what I'm saying. That you cut short, cut the 30-minute session down. So you get free earlier. One, even second, you can try something like uh, starting 30 minutes earlier, if possible at a time. If possible, no compulsions. Just a suggestion. If you want to try that part, start. You can start 30 minutes earlier. So I will try to reach back on time, or I'll rush, or I'll join from my iPad or something, wherever I'm traveling or I'm just getting home. So you can start 30 minutes earlier. You definitely, this needs to be finished 30 minutes. Now this session has to be 1 hour 30 minutes, and then
So
extra session
you meant to say 5:30 to 7:30.
5:30 to 7 would be SQ. Okay, so you want to keep SQL session for 2 hours, right? So that
Because that is
that would
how
not.
it should be.
I can tell you that would only, up 30 minutes her session may, if you are including, or I mean you thinking of including and I am thinking of removing do you know how many individual sessions extra are needed? Only four sessions are needed additional. So
That
if
is
yeah.
that is almost half of the month.
No, and half of the month if those sessions were to be on weekend, and I'm saying I will figure out something on weekdays, and which I'll tell you in advance, and if at all they fit into your schedule, we can do on weekdays. Something where I am deliberately figuring out that I can leave little early, and I pre-plan that, and I tell you in advance. So for say next week, I tell you that Wednesday, my Wednesday would be your Thursday morning. So if you can take up Thursday morning,
No, but
even at 5.
I have training on that day, right? So even I have training, I cannot. I have to reach the venue by 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But this Thursday you took it, right? Or this Friday you took
Yes,
it?
I have it. It is starting. It is starting. See, right today I am going out of station. Out of station. The
Mm-hmm,
moment I finish this, I have all packed my bags and now I am
mm-hmm.
moving. And then
Okay.
I'll be coming on Monday. I'll start. So I'm coming on Tuesday. I'm starting from Wednesday.
Yeah, yeah. So shortening the duration. If so, you're saying that your trainings are gonna start from July 16th
Yes,
or
yes.
somewhere around.
No, no,
Okay,
from Wednesday.
from this Wednesday only, they're gonna start and they're gonna run
Hmm.
until.
17th of July as of now, till I
Mhm.
get the next schedule.
Hmm. So that is why I'm saying that if you if we decrease 30 minutes from SQL sessions, Excel sessions are still 1 hour, and the break is much shorter, so that your total stretch is decreased in during the training. Because in any case, even if you run for 2 hours, you will encounter your training schedule kind of causing trouble for you if it is starting from this Wednesday, right? You said this Wednesday.
Yes, we're starting from
Yeah.
this one.
So for this, I would suggest that, and you are gonna be training on weekends also.
I have trainings on weekends. The trainings on weekends is this only, Analyst era.
And and any sort of trainings where you have to go to venue and things.
No, no.
Nine. Mhm.
For
Ye-
weekends, I have kept only these online trainings.
Okay. Yeah. So 30 minutes if you take off from my SQL training. Mm, and combined to all the number of hours and sessions planned, I figured out that you need 4 sessions only, and those 4 sessions are not the weekend sessions, so they are not going to trouble you on the weekends. They can be weekdays, so you are occupied on all weekdays at 9 a.m. So you have to leave home at 8 o'clock on all
Yes,
weekdays.
yes,
On all weekdays you have to leave at 8 o'clock. So normally
yes,
so you should start early. Then you should start
yes.
early, and then too you should take only 1.5 hour, so that you get time to get ready and reach, and pass it on to me. I will figure out one additional day.
Whenever it will become very hectic for me, getting up like 5:30 to 7:30, I take the session. 8 o'clock I start for the batch,
Mhm.
and that will be too hectic for me. I also need some voice rest. Plus, I need to make some tiffins for my kids and myself. I have to get ready. So when will I do that? You know.
I agree. I hear you, but 30 minutes, uh, because if nothing comes out of this exercise, you are putting in effort. I am putting in my time, and I'm putting in whatever my understanding is. And if it beyond 90 minutes, it stops going into my head. So this thing is very important, that these sessions are worth, they are productive for in terms of learning. So uh, I mean, just 30 minutes at your end, 30 minutes at my end can actually help you manage your training timings if you have to get to the venue on time, even from this Wednesday onwards. And what I can do is that I can find an additional session time only for SQL, not for Excel. That additional session will be for SQL, or if you want Excel, I mean, I can talk about it. I can that can be possible. Yeah, that can be possible.
Let me figure out something for it after 17th of July. Okay. If at all I find
No,
some window
no, 2 hour
after
session.
7
Um,
after 17th of July, if at all there are 2-3 days of gap that I'm getting before the next training, then I'll cover it up for you.
so whatever is left, let it be left. I'll take only 90-minute sessions on SQL. That is my limitation. I was just open to just that I'm coming on a weekday from work, and then I can take a session. That is fine. I am actually sick, unwell. So that should not have been the case if I was, uh, mm, in perfect health actually. So that thing, I cannot discuss my clinical problems here, but
That's okay. That's it. So what
that is
I'm
the reason
saying is,
actually.
let's say after 17th of July, till my
Mhm.
next training comes.
Mhm.
Whatever window I find, I will try to take extra sessions. Is that
Oh
okay with you?
yeah, yes. Yeah, oh yeah, that's what you meant. Oh, I thought that you are not even listening to my 90-minute thing, and you're saying, "Okay, you'll think after 17th, okay, what you're saying, you would take only 2 hour sessions." Thank you so much. So we will do 90 minutes, and I will get time till 17th actually. 17th till 17th, I'll get some time to figure out additional time, fit in some additional slots for me where I'm gonna run away from work little early.
Fine. So,
Yeah,
should we continue right now, or you
yeah.
want to take?
This is like how much? This is 4 minutes. So uh, we would not want to get into cross joins right now, but only this 90-minute thing is useful. My only next question should be that how long this break should be after 90 minutes, and then we get into Excel.
You tell me. You tell me. I have no issues.
Uh, I mean, 10-15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Okay,
So, I'll be back after 15 minutes.
okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.